This video has a ton of content to discuss because some are beginning to wonder, where is the cryptocurrency? As the market moves forward, absurd price projections are being made. Bitcoin will reach 3,000 and then 10,000. No, I'm here to stop it. I promise. Ultimately, I'm going to provide you can see the best image of where this market is likely to disappear. I am going to dissect it. We are going to discuss Q2. It will be easy for you to pay attention to, which we're going to enter next month, Q3 and Q4. To meet the goals, we will also investigate Wall Street. Analysts claim that the $100 price estimate for XRP has passed. Even so, what does that mean? That's what you most likely want to know. Don't you worry, that's what I want to know. Regarding it, I've got this covered. A brief Tanjero commercial pushing XRP and Ripple, Bitcoin's unlikely to equal gold allocations shot to the Bitcoin holders, and fireworks to round off the show. According to Morgan Stanley, cryptocurrency is set to upend the financial industry. Now, without further ado, let us get started. Bitcoin, 67,553 Ethereum is currently up 1.29% over the last 24 hours, reaching 3,959. It is up 4.88% for both USDT and USDC. Going back to the dollar pegs, it's critical. The USDC is now fixed to the dollar. It went to 99 because profits were taken by some. Back to $1 now. This indicates that we're prepared for it. Next tier to advance to the next level. Please pardon me, nobody made money. Now that the markets have returned to a neutral level after people withdrew cash to purchase them, what will we do next? Next, altcoin pumps will be implemented. No, that doesn't mean the market is about to boom. We just received the warm-up for Bitcoin. This is merely a warm-up. The warm-ups for altcoins are about to begin, and after that, it will be the big show, the last show of Bitcoin reaching 100, 150, or 200,000, and then altcoins will undoubtedly go parabolic and running. Meanwhile, you and I will be taking profits and laughing at the Wall Street guys who are only getting 5 to 10%, and that will be a good year for them. What is the sound of that? It's up right now, XRP 62 cents to you. 1.88%. I want to show you a token I've mentioned, and it's still struggling for that 66% resistance level, with the overall cryptocurrency market value currently at $2,591 billion. I've been purchasing this in my Patreon group for the past 14 months. Last month, I finally stopped, and I rotated. As I've been telling you, I switched the money that was coming into Casper to quantity. I think I made my first quantity purchase last month for about $133 for every quantity. It's down a little bit, but it doesn't concern me. Why did I give up? Are you like Rip and Casper? Do you not think that a coin exists anymore? Oh, yes, I do. I no longer purchased it, and I haven't sold any, nor will I. Anyway, it's only a few pennies because you're staring at Casper. I've already profited from it. Since throughout the previous 12 months, my dollar cost average has been essentially unchanged. Things appear to be going well, under 4 cents, but from here, we have an easy 5 to 10x conservative. I'm content with my purse. You have 14 months to try and work out the math. I'm pleased where I am. Was investing a ridiculous amount of money, buying once a week for 14 months. You're probably able to deduce that I have a sizable bag if you're into it every single week and have to figure it out. This is going to burst. What I'm going to do today is designate $133 to Quant's easy 5 to 6x on Quant. The money I am investing in these assets, such as Caesar H-bar XLML XRP, are my safe bags I know will appreciate, and I won't have to worry about any DJ spots if I can tell you about them through 5 to 10 different cryptocurrencies, provided I can see them all. I'll take a 5 to 6x any day. Pump I will be in excellent form 5 to 10 times, and I will hire a marching band to help me get bankrupt for retirement. The Cryptopia exchange, it will reimburse certain debtors with cryptocurrency. How kind of them. The new in 2019, the Zealand exchange was shut down after millions of dollars worth of tokens were taken in a cyber attack. Consider the following. Was there a cyber attack here? Was this manipulation from within? Seen the same incident occur in the Canadian exchange. They recalled that the man said no one could access the cryptocurrency since he was penniless, faked his death, traveled to India, and obtained a false death certificate. Cryptopia trading in the upcoming months. Cryptopia intends to give Bitcoin and Dogecoin to eligible account holders. The New Zealand-based company filed for liquidation following a 2019 cyber attack that resulted in the theft of millions of dollars worth of tokens from the network. The first email stated that after the first distribution, we would follow the approved process, including giving notice of any cutoff dates before disbursing to account holders of the remaining Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other cryptocurrencies of sufficient value by the end of 2024. 15.5 million was stolen from you. Qualifying users will receive their Bitcoin and Dogecoin back in the next 3 months. Well, I suppose it's preferable to receive nothing in return. Perhaps you will receive some if you use exchange. You might get some Dogecoin. Anything is better than nothing. Rather than nothing, let's simply talk about the assault by MC. Release this. This is fascinating. According to Wall Street analysts, a $100 XRP price projection has passed. What does this signify? It claims that Friday Thor announced the cancellation of his initial, highly ambitious prediction of XRP on March 1st in 2x. The Wall Street veteran admitted that his predictions had failed, explaining the regrettable result of a bittersweet circumstance that had occurred earlier in July 2003. As you recall, Shannon Thorpe had boldly predicted that the price of the cryptocurrency would rise between $100 and $500, and for 4 to 7 months, it was back then that this forecast was made. Hear me out, forecasts aren't always accurate. How do you intend to proceed? More is required. Bravery for a person with a following to use one of these social media sites and attempt to forecast or estimate where they believe the reason the price is rising is that. Let me tell you something crazy and erratic about this cryptocurrency market. 99% of the time, people will not make their predictions come true. Does this imply that the forecast will never come true? Probably not. Perhaps the timing was a little wrong. We're not sure. I'm proud of her, but I also know what the future holds for the cost of XRP. That's incredible. When she first appeared, she gave a pretty compelling explanation of why she believed the price would eventually rise in these areas. I really do. If you haven't seen it, it was a fantastic read. You can search for her on Twitter. Bitcoin. It's improbable that gold's allocations and investor portfolios would meet JP Morgan's nominal terms, the same JP Morgan that is denying you access to cryptocurrency. You are not permitted to use cryptocurrencies in any way or even to discuss them as fascinating topics. My advisor and I really spoke yesterday, and he was asking me about cryptocurrency because he was curious about what was happening in the markets. What are we looking at, and how do the markets appear? You know what the result will be. All these typical banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, or the other major U.S. banks ought to comment, as we are witnessing a significant increase in adoptions worldwide. Faster than us, but I believe that will quickly alter in the U.S. The only thing that's truly lacking is the technology. We have the innovation, the businesses, and the fintechs that are developing the necessary regulations. I believe that one day, perhaps when a new administration takes office, we're going to wake up and be able to, in addition to the technology, we now only need the last component. However, we are currently engaged in a conflict where the SEC is retaliating against the CFTCC because they don't want to. Nobody desires to accept the ring. Wishes to impose regulations on it, but when someone does attempt to, in my opinion, they all kind of want to defeat the hero since none of them wants to take a stand and agree with one another. According to the report, Bitcoin is 3.7 times more volatile than gold. If the cryptocurrency had risk capital and gold terms equivalent to $45,000, the net inflow on spot Bitcoin ETFs would be $9 billion. It states that Bitcoin's portfolio allocation would be equal to that of gold. 3.3 trillion should be the market capitalization. According to this statement, Bitcoin will never reach 3.3 trillion. Instead, it will only reach 1.3 trillion. 70,000 is where we'll take it if we perform the calculations. Regarding a price of $210 or $210,000 for Bitcoin, will we reach that point? We are going to get really, really close. To be really honest with you, I originally estimated prices between 1 and 150, but I kind of want to adjust them to between 125 and 175 since I think that's where we may see it. More than before, this is a first. Bitcoin's peak has been surpassed. We're almost at the previous all-time high for cryptocurrency bull runs before we're going to pass over a little triangulo thing because, well, these are very intriguing times. For the sake of this video, we'll play it in a second, but Morgan Stanley predicts that cryptocurrency will upend banking in 2024, so this year's major institutions are aware of what's ahead, and I showed it to you last night. When they discuss the digital currencies used by central banks, they are discussing cryptocurrencies that, when we consider what Ripple has been creating, will upend the whole financial system. They have been trying to upend the financial system since around 2012 or 2013, and they have come a long way in the last 10 years. One example of this is the SWIFT initiative, which is forcing everyone to switch to a new messaging standard and enabling these banks and corporations to use DLT technologies. Morgan Stanley is up to no good. Do you recall Morgan? The second wave of Bitcoin ETFs, which will drive the second wave of institutional money demand into the markets, will be led by Stanley. After everything is in order, perhaps a third wave occurs, or we begin to notice, folks, there are various ETFs available. This year is going to be incredible. Buckle up for some Q2 fireworks. Q3, fireworks, and Q4, this thing is going to go completely haywire in its grand finale. I'm not guaranteeing that everything will go well. And a smooth ride. We'll see Bitcoin XRP, but it won't just rise in a straight line, there will be bumps in the road. Ethereum will drop from another base if it makes significant upward gains. Will then surpass their most recent peak.